What's going on, ladder family? My name is Yoon, author of Better Stretching and Massage Therapist. I know everyone's working from home and working out from home. Maybe you've been sitting down a lot, or you're just crushing those push-ups and your body's just not feeling the greatest. I'm here to show you some of my favorite mobility exercises and stretches to help you out while you're at home. After you watch this video, make sure you go down to the comments, let me know if you have any questions and also any suggestions for future videos. But let's get it started. First stretch we're gonna hit up is a dynamic pec stretch. If we're hunched over all the time working at the computer, or we're just hitting up a ton of chest exercises, this is gonna be perfect to help open up the front side of the body. We're gonna do this in a half kneeling position. All that means is one knee is on the ground, the other leg is out in front. And if you're at home, this is perfect to do in a doorway. So elbow about shoulder level, kind of square everything up so everything's pointing forward, pull that shoulder down and back. All we're going to do is shift forward until you feel a slight stretch in the pec. Hold that for a couple seconds, bring it back, and then repeat, hold for a couple seconds. 10 reps is perfect here, and make sure you do both sides. Next movement is the T-spine extension, that middle to upper portion of the spine. Today I'm using a box, but if you're at home, you can use something like the couch or a coffee table. Pretty much anything this height works great. And if that T-spine gets a little bit on the tighter side, it can actually start causing issues up into the neck and the low back. And I know a lot of us have those issues, so it's gonna be a great movement for most of us. To get set up, kneeling down, I like to use something like a PVC pipe or broomstick, but if you don't have one, you can just pretend you have one. We're gonna place our elbows onto the box, knees are under the hips, and all we're going to do is shift our hips back, drop the chest to the floor, and bicep curl. Getting a great stretch in that mid back. We'll reset, drop that chest to the floor, getting some good T-spine extension, but also getting a great stretch in the lats and also the triceps. So let's shoot for 10 reps on this one as well. All right, let's work on some movements for the lower body, concentrating on the hips, the quads, the hamstrings. And we're gonna do something called a hip flexor stretch to a hamstring stretch, very simple. So let's get set up in that hip flexor stretch position. I like to keep a nice flat low back when I'm doing this. I feel like I just get a little bit better stretch on the front side of my hip when I shift forward. You can do it with an arched low back. It's not necessarily wrong, but I like to keep that low back nice and flat. It's just my preference. So find what works best for you at home. So we'll run through that stretch just like this. And then we're going to shift our hips back and then fold over this front leg, getting a great stretch on the hamstring. So hip flexor stretch here. Fold over that front leg, getting that good hamstring stretch. 10 reps on both sides. Start to get that lower body feeling good. Last movement of the sequence is going to be the 90-90 hip stretch, making sure those hips stay nice and mobile. To get set up, front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees. Put your hands right on the floor, sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to hinge over this front leg, working the hip external rotators. Hold this for a couple seconds. Swing this arm behind you, rotate your upper body towards this back leg, and now we're working our hip internal rotators. If that's too easy for you, you can always place your arms out in front. Do that, and then rotate up here. It's just a little bit tougher. You're gonna need a little bit more stability for that. But again, find what works best for you. And that's it, you guys made it through it. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you go down to the comments down below. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know, and stay safe.